Hello, it is Rain Cordillo, frolicking free under the Most High's canopy. Wow. Message to you today from eternity. Induced hibernation through central air. Let's start there. I've been spending the last few days sleeping outside in the midst of the Austin, Texas humidity. This was a direct challenge, you could say, for me, because I noticed how us as beings lost our ability to regulate thermodynamically, right? To literally be able to source our temperature regulation from within. We utilize AC and modern structures of defense with a fence built in perimeter to perceive ourselves as safe and okay. But this leads to a consistent state of sedation that I've been witnessing. Literally, I go to take a nap inside of an air-conditioned building after being outside for days on end. And what do I notice? Induced hibernation. The peripheral blood flow that was keeping my epidermis cooled in the outer layers gets completely reversed. My organs begin to get the most blood sent to them because it's colder. And my mammal body literally perceives that it's time to shut down and conserve its resources rather than send them throughout the entire lattice. Every time a human goes to sleep in air conditioning, they're inducing a subtle state of hibernation. No wonder we live in such profound spiritual amnesia. Yeah, you can hear it everywhere that we are disconnected from nature. But look at the way that you live right now. Your organs literally think it's time to shut down every time you walk into that space and believe it's okay to say, only here I can drop my guard. No, not only here can you drop your guard. Mother Earth is not a threat. The threat begets the threat in the mind of fear, tracking for the potential danger that's near, the primordial fear of extinction that drives most of our fixed action patterns in biology. The thing that literally put you into this life at this active moment. Without such things, you would not be here. Your parents wouldn't have had the libido drive to have sex and put you in the school system full of insects. Anyways. So, understanding what we truly are, the divine animal, embodied through the entire spectrum of what is perceivable in forms of life, mitosis, fractal separation, we understand that the source of our creation is the center of our being, of this projected realm of consciousness that we open our eyes and agree to every day. The realm of which we directly were the hands which molded and created. What else would God do but induce a state of forgetfulness to be surprised? Peekaboo. Because imagine you're God. Imagine you're nothing, right? You're literally unmanifest. And you could be anything. You've already seen all potentialities. You'd be begging for boredom. You'd be begging for a surprise, for something to catch you off guard. So no wonder they had to slip into oscillations of forgetfulness and remembrance. And if you, as a being, are aware and hearing this at this moment, it's obvious that you are seeking remembrance. So in order to plant a few seeds, just as Mother Nature would do automatically, I have to say, take a look at the structures of which you partake. Take a look at the state of sedation of which they perpetuate across the entire nation. As within, so without, we are the projection that creates our life experience. How we feel within dictates what we see truly. Temperature, tempo, your speed is your being. Shortened breath, patterned states of hypervigilance begets a fast heart rate. Thinking fast, beating fast, moving fast, accelerated momentum. What could you potentially be neglecting by going so fast in one direction? Probably a lot. More than likely yourself. In the society that oriented attention towards our goals, what we think that we need to accomplish in order to have a sense of true safety and sovereignty sourced within the being, is a tunnel vision, is an ocular grip, is a distorted gaze and financial haze wherein which one predates and eats upon and feeds upon the energy of which it is perceiving externally to thermodynamically regulate. That's what the cool thing about the state of forgetfulness is, that you didn't want to stay in it too long because you realized it was kind of fucked up. But simultaneously, it's no more fucked up than anything that springs from the source. Your waste, your shit that comes out of your butt is a Fibonacci spiral. Just like your contractile state in the womb, just like anything that you can witness in the spiraling nature of divinity. Frolicking free. Right brain rain. Hello, it is Rain Cordio. Short form video. I am Neo. And you won't have to dodge the bullets once your time slows down in the rendered frames of reality. Sincerely, again, the tempo, the rate, the speed of which it manifests is up to you, is up to your breath. The exhale lowers the heart rate. Exhale longer than you inhale. Exhale and don't even breathe. Get to the point where your breath is permeating throughout the forgotten aspects and fascia chains, dormant veins of the body. Allow them to be re-inhabited through that very breath. You'll notice the patterns of which we breathe and posture are directly indicative of our beliefs and mitigations of a threat simulation. Because why would you believe or need to perceive yourself as separate unless there was this idea that death existed to begin with? Unless there was something to protect or defend yourself against. I know y'all know the image of the angel over the devil or the demon. But how long are we going to stay fighting ourselves and our nature and demonizing the earth? The insect tendency. The tendency of which you have within. The tendency of you and me that we pretend that we are better than. Hilarious. You're just a spider pretending not to be the moment that you reclude in your defense and flinch. And you'll sit there and get scared of spiders too. Isn't that so hilarious? Look at the very picture that's lighting up this background. Boom. Jump scare. Haunted houses have been my biggest fear my whole life. Gotta confront that one this year, because this is truly my source projection of consciousness. In the ignorance that seemed like bliss, we now see the consequence or compensation that happens when one forgets. And at that point, it's your choice of sovereign expression and divinity. All I know is that not all I know, but in order to truly feel free, you must insource this experience. Quite literally, the domesticated architecture of your current being, your source of safety is in the hands of power structures above you, whether that be parental figures, governments, apartments, the whole architecture of this society. It begets a low-grade state of hypervigilance always. Because, what's right and wrong? Oh, shit. What could I possibly do to be kicked out of the hands of the tyrant? And that's exactly how the mind treats the body when we submit to such structures. Waking up every day, feeding the biological clock, not listening to the body's natural intelligence and what it wants. Pretending that you're listening to your body when you feed its hunger, when in reality that hunger that you perceive was literally just an emotional regulation from externalized thermodynamic heat. Intimacy. Into me, see, I see into me clearly. that our ability to frolic free is directly paired with our ability to endure the pain. Otherwise, we will continue to chase pleasure, pretending that pain and vain vanity isn't our background frequency within every action. That's not frolicking free. Yeah, you're acting like you do what you want, but are you really? No. Not when your biological autonoma is subjugated to your perceived wants and needs. Induced hibernation from central air. We started there, we end here. Even though there's no beginning and end to a being in eternity. Reject the comfort, reject clinical therapy, reject modernity. Because what was modernity to eternity when everything to God is modern? Everything. The whole spectrum of the experience. Relentlessly devote oneself to 0.